as ever, although we are on lockdown, we are still giving you all the top movies to watch on TV. I was going to say TVs to watch on movies. This is what.
But what about the best tea to drink with your movies? We could do that. The best tea to have with your movies.
Or gin. Whichever way you're going, people. Tea or gin. Kicking off this week, actually, movies on TV. I'm excited. The Wolf of Wall Street is on TV, and I'm definitely up for a revisit of this.
I think so. I think now is the perfect amount of, because obviously we have long days to fill. You know, if you can Sky Plus yourself for 3.5, is it like 3.5 hours?
Something crazy like that. Yeah, I mean, you could just watch Michael Douglas for days.
You're thinking of Wall Street, Wolf of Wall Street.
No,
Leo.
You're right. Oh my goodness. Hey,
although both are equally awesome, to be fair, and both performances are great.
Do you know what?
This is, of course,
The Wolf of Wall Street. Do you know what? This is literally lockdown fever. I think I'm going Delali here. The Wolf of Wall Street, Scorsese, Leo, brilliant. Some of the most quotable lines. I'm sorry, people. I'm back in the 80s.
But having said that, as you say, they're like Wall Street, very quotable lines. Great movie, Oliver Stone, Charlie Sheen.
You threw me when you said it was like 3 hours long. I was like, okay, maybe it was.
But, okay, we're not going to talk about Wall Street, we're going to talk about The Wolf of Wall Street, which is, of course, based on the true story of Jordan Belfort, played for the screen here by Leo, played by DiCaprio himself, in a film directed by Martin Scorsese that pushes the 3-hour mark, that got Jonah Hill his second bit of critical acting love, which I don't think anyone ever saw.
It was the Quaalude scene, wasn't it?
It was the Quaalude scene. And, of course, it's the story of how Jordan Belfort ascended the ranks of Wall Street to become the face of just about everything that was wrong with corrupt financial practices. I've got a clip for you of Leo proving his worth to what he would see as stockbrokers lower on the rung than himself.
John, one thing I can promise you, even in this market, is that I never ask my clients to judge me on my winners. I ask them to judge me on my losers because I have so few. And in the case of Aerotine, based on every technical factor out there, John, we are looking at a grand slam home run.
Okay, let's do it. I'll do $4,000.
4,000, that'd be 40,000 shares, John. Let me lock in that trade right now and get back to you with my secretary with an exact confirmation. Sound good, John?
Yeah, sounds good.
Great. Hey, John, thank you for your vote of confidence, and welcome to the Investors Center.
Yeah, thanks a lot, man.
Bye-bye.
How'd you do that?
I love that film so much.
I do as well. And do you know what? I've just started reading listening to the audiobook. And it's, I don't think it is Jordan Belfort who's actually narrating it, but whoever it is sounds exactly like you'd expect it to sound. And it's brilliant. So if you want to read as well as watch the movie, I dedefinitely recommend doing that as well.
It's on at an awkward time. So I think it's on at 10 p.m. on Saturday night.
It's also on ITV4,
Yeah, it's a 3-hour plus movie, so this might be a record and watch on the Sunday.
I just want to keep it, and you'd want to keep it in your recording bank anyway because it's such a good movie.
It's great.
Yeah, it's so good.
Also, we forget this movie gave us Margot Robbie.
Yes, it did. Yeah, this is she was in Pan Am before this, okay, which I actually said. Yeah. No, I know, but I loved Pan Am. I really loved that, and I thought she did a really good job in that with Christina Ricci and stuff. But this is the movie that made her.
It is, and she's only supposed to be like 22 or 24 when she's in this. I forget which one. You're like, really?
Yeah, well, she's only like 27 now.
Oh, I did not know that. Okay, I thought she was like 32.
No.
Okay, so let's go to Sunday, Miss Perfect. What do you got for me?
Okay, oh god, this is a classic. I hope I've got this one right. It's Twister, ITV, 1:50 p.m. Perfect timing here for a Sunday. Twister, the Helen Hunt tornado chasing movie. Am I right?
You got it. You got it in one.
So
it is not the. It's not the Ashley Judd serial killer thriller Twisted, if that's what you were hoping for. No. But Bill Paxton. Did you remember that Philip Seymour Hoffman was in this?
Yes, because I rewatched it not too many years ago, and I saw him and I was like, "What is Philip Seymour Hoffman doing in this?" But he's there. Yeah.
And it's got one of the things that every film needs. I'm going to go back on this statement later a little bit, but it's got one thing that every film needs, and that's Carrie Elwes as a sleazy English accented villain.
Nice.
which every movie, he's like the rival, he's the leader of a rival team of tornado-chasing scientists, and the pair of them are basically trying to launch these experimental sensor bins into a tornado so that the resulting sensors can confirm once and for all how a tornado works, and they can predict tornado twisters coming, and they can save lives, and to save them from basically what we're going to describe now.
That was a good-sized twister. What was that, an F3?
Solid F2.
See, now you've lost me again.
It's the Fujita scale. It measures the intensity of a tornado by how much it eats.
Eats?
Destroys.
Little encounter we had back there is a strong F2, F3 maybe.
Bet we see some F4s today.
That'd be sweet.
4 is good. 4 will relocate your house fairly efficiently.
Is there an F5? What would that be like?
The finger of God.
None of you have ever seen an F5?
Just one of us.
Because as Helen Hunt knows, you never face off against an F5.
No, oh, an F5. Do you know what? If you watch this when it first came out, and I probably was about like 10 or something when I watched this, I wanted to be a storm chaser. I was like, that's what I want to do. I want to chase tornadoes, and I want to be as cool.
I could see you in combat pants.
Yeah, exactly.
Combat pants and a vest.
Yeah,
and
a VW van just going after it.
Of course. I can see it now. The perfect storm.
Anyway, that is Twister ITV 1:50 p.m. on Sunday. Do not miss it. It's brilliant.
It is. It really is. And also, we all remember the cow, don't we?
Of course.
We all remember.
R.I.P. the cow. What's happening on Monday, Van?
So Monday, we're going to speed this up a bit for you. So on Monday, we've got Sam Raimi's first studio movie. Now, Sam Raimi, once upon a time, tried to get the rights to The Shadow. He failed. He tried to get the rights to Batman. He failed. So instead, he went and invented his own comic book-style superhero, and his name was Darkman. And I'll tell you what, I'm going to let him explain it for himself.
I'm everyone and no one. Everywhere. Nowhere. Call me Darkman.
So he is a disfigured scientist with superhuman strength, murderous, vengeful intent, and the ability to disguise himself as anybody. And he's played by Liam Neeson. What's not to love? It's got a Danny Elfman score, so it sounds kind of like old school Batman. It's kind of a cult classic now. It's got the late Larry Drake as the villain Durant. It spawned 2 sequels. The third movie has one of my favourite titles for any sequel ever, and that's Darkman 3, Die, Darkman, Die.
I was going to say...
I love it.
I was going to say, it sounds naff until you mentioned Liam Neeson, and I was like, okay, I'm in. I'm sold.
And the love interest is a young Frances McDormand as well.
Oh, wow. So, gosh, when was this out?
This was 1990. This is so worth checking. If you've never seen it, do
I've never seen it.
But we've got to move on anyway to one that didn't get much attention when it was out. On Tuesday, on Sony Movies at 11:15. This is a tight, tidy, fast-paced thriller, and it's Premium Rush with Joseph Gordon-Levitt. So
I love Joseph Gordon-Levitt. I actually haven't seen this film, but I'm a big fan of his work. Like Looper, for me, one of my favourite films of all time. So tell me a little bit about what we can expect from Premium Rush.
So Premium Rush is a sort of a fast-paced action thriller starring Joseph Gordon-Levitt as a New York bicycle messenger who is hired to deliver a package from point A to point B. Said package draws the attention of a corrupt police officer played by none other than Michael Shannon. And of course, it becomes a race against the clock to deliver packages from point A to point B whilst fending off the copper. But of course, it all has to have a subtext as well, and it feeds into our intrepid lead's views on the world itself.
You believe in luck?
Yeah, but it was the Taoists that believed in luck. The Buddha rejected all that. He insisted on cause and effect.
What kind of bike messenger are you? You still haven't answered my original question. Aren't you afraid of dying? I mean, the way you ride...
Now, you want to know what scares me is what happened to my friends who just got out of law school. That is collective insanity. Compared to that, going down Broadway at 50 with no brakes is fine.
Sounds good.
The bike wants to go fast. It's steadier that way. I've never been hurt going all out. It's just the hesitation that'll kill you.
So you're one of those guys. No brakes.
No, I hate brakes. Brakes of death.
no breaks for this man. That's how he lives.
That is a nice little selection overall to just kind of get you guys going on the TV. A good kind of variant from Bike Man through to Dark Man.
Let's start then, Bex, on Wednesday night. I don't know if you know this, but this next week, ITV4 are running a nightly Rocky marathon.
Oh, lockdown just got a little bit easier.
Lockdown just became a throwdown. Yeah. That's what it did.
Well, you can't say throwdown. That's wrestling.
Oh, okay, fair enough. But there were a punch down? I don't know. But anyway, it doesn't matter. We've got Rocky 3, which I think, after Rocky 4, is the best Rocky movie, if we're honest. I think that's the case.
Remind me of the key characters in Rocky 3.
I'll do better than that. I'll give you a clip of one of them.
Fat boy, your family doing real nice, ain't it? You call yourself a fighter? Prove it now. Give me that same chance. The way you've been ducking is the disgrace. If he ain't no coward, why don't he fight me then?
I can't listen anymore of this. Hey, anytime.
I don't care what you rank. You don't get no shot, and I mean that.
I'm glad you people are seeing this.
What are you doing? I want to fight this guy.
Well, you got him. You fight him without me.
What are you saying?
It's finished. Yes, I'm finished. I don't want no more of this. I don't want no more. You understand? None of it. It's over with.
But judging by my fighting record.
It's Mr. T as Clubber Lang, yo.
Oh, Mr. T! Yes, of course. That is why it's one of the best Rocky movies.
And this, of course, also marks the final entry in the series to feature Mickey, to feature Mighty Mick, as played by Burgess Meredith, a.k.a. the Penguin from 60s Batman, which is how I'll always remember him. Of course. And this sees Rocky retiring and then coming out of retirement for the first time. He'll go on to do this in nearly every movie after this as well, but Rocky just can't stay in retirement. But he comes out of retirement to face, as you can hear from the clip, the savage likes of Clubber Lang. And of course, it will take him on a journey that sees him have to adapt his style to learn new skills with the help of none other than his previous rival, Apollo Creed, played by the incredible Carl Weathers. And this movie, of course, then gave us the iconic Eye of the Tiger training sequence with the most homoerotic, short shorts hug in the ocean.
Was it this one? So we haven't seen it on Rocky 1 or 2?
No, it's not in Rocky 1. A lot of what we associate with the legacy of Rocky actually comes from Rocky 3. Wow, it's strange.
That's crazy. But then, therefore, well worth a watch on ITV4 at 9 o'clock. It's
how neatly sagged. I like that. Thank you.
I aim to help out where I can. It is good, and if you're up for a Rocky marathon, then stay tuned to ITV4. Press that record button and keep tuned to what it's got coming up over the coming weeks.
Indeed. So I think you start on Monday with Rocky 1. I know Rocky 5 is on the Friday, so I don't know if they're stopping there, if they're carrying on through like the Creed movies. I'm not entirely sure.
That'd be amazing.
But I can tell you though that on Thursday night at 8 o'clock on 5 Star, there is something of a doozy of a cult classic comedy going on. You must be a fan of this.
I've never seen it.
You've never seen White Chicks? Oh my god, I'm sure.
I know, right? Oh my god, you sounded so like a teenage girl.
Well, that's kind of the point. I say what, I'll prove the point for you after I explain what the concept of White Chicks is. Are you aware of the movie?
I do know the concept of it. Do you know what? It bypassed me in my teenage years, and I just never really kind of picked it back up.
Well, the thing about this as well is now, when you watch it back, you've got to remember that this movie came out at a very specific time in sort of pop culture, and it came out around the time of Paris and Nicole.
Yeah.
You know, The Simple Life, things like that. So the idea is you have two FBI agents, brothers, played by the Wayans brothers. I think, is it Sean and... not Sean.
Damon, isn't it?
It's Marlon.
Is it Marlon?
It's not Damon.
Not Damon?
I think it is Sean and Marlon Wayans. They're FBI agents, also happen to be brothers. They undergo a series of prosthetic makeup effects to impersonate what are effectively meant to be Paris and Nicole during an undercover mission in, like, the Hamptons. And, of course, the iconic thing about this movie is always the music. It's always that famous moment in which Terry Crews listens to 1,000 Miles by Vanessa Carlton and does the dance that he would then repeat on Lip Sync Battle. It became a really iconic thing. My cousins, to this day, still cannot hear that song without doing that Terry Crews headbot. And I've got a clip for you of them unveiling their looks and receiving the attention of, let's just say, less than honourable men for the first time.
What's up, money? You got a problem? What you looking at my ass for? Nah, yo, hold my poodle. Hold my poodle. Hey, yo, what's up? Y'all got a problem? Y'all want some of this? You want some of this, punk? What? What, boy? What? I take the both of you. Marcus, get out of here. I got this for you. Kiss my black ass. Marcus. Cut it out. What? He looking at me like I'm some kind of girl, man. You are a girl. And you better start acting like one, or you're gonna be an unemployed girl.
Oh, damn. Sure like to cut that cake.
Hey, yo, hold it. Hey, yo, you trying to look at my lumps? I'll pull off my G-string and handle mine. Let's go. I'll handle mine, dog.
Yo, hold my poodle. I love that.
I just think it looks like the worst prosthetics I've ever seen.
Well, that's it, isn't it? They look terrible. It looks ridiculous. And I'd only ever seen something close to this concept done once before. Lenny Henry did it in 1991, I think, in a movie called True Identity, which is, if you watch it back now, even more racially insensitive than this movie is on occasion. It is laugh-worthy.
I might check it out for, like, nostalgia purposes. I don't know why I missed the boat on this one, but I know it's a classic. But you know what? When we've got so many movies to watch, it's hard to kind of go back and watch the old ones that you're not reviewing, and I think that's the problem.
You say that, I'm going to revisit Predator 2 this week. I can't wait.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah, I want Danny Glover versus a Predator. So Friday, where should we go?
Do you know what? We are so lucky to have this on our TV screens, right? Friday, Film 4, 9 o'clock, Get Out is the Jordan Peele debut, the Oscar-nominated movie of brilliance. The Daniel Kaluuya excellently acted movie is out. To watch.
It is indeed. I remember watching this at home once. My sister walked in and said, "What are you watching?" I went, "Get Out." She said, "Okay." Of course, this is the story of a young African American man who goes home with his girlfriend for, I think is it the Thanksgiving weekend?
Yeah, and isn't that Alison Brie is his girlfriend in it?
No, Alison Brie is the one from Glow. Oh. This is Alison Williams from Girls.
There we go. It's Alison someone.
This is like Marvel and the Chris's, isn't it? There's too many Alisons. That's what it is.
I'm so glad I'm not doing a movie quiz right now.
Of course, he goes home to visit his girlfriend's parents for the first time. They are played by none other than Catherine Keener and Bradley Whitford, whom I'm always happy to see in the movie. But something's not quite right for our young lead. And he starts to wonder quite what's going on under the surface.
So how long has this been going on, this thing? How long?
4 months.
4 months?
5 months, actually.
She's right. I'm wrong.
Attaboy. Better get used to saying that.
Please, I'm so sorry.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. She's right. I'm wrong. See?
Does he have an off button? This is exhausting.
I know, and I want to give you a tour.
Can you, unpack first?
You want to unpack? Before the tour?
And of course, the famous line from this movie is, I would have voted for Obama for a third term if I could have. And that becomes the de facto sort of gag comment going back and forth. I love this movie so much.
I really love it. And do you know what? I love how Jordan Peele, with his signature credits for his production company, has essentially a teacup and a teaspoon stirring.
Monkey paw, yeah.
Yeah, monkey paw, yeah. Does that. And that, for me, like the sound of the teaspoon in the teacup stirring is something that kind of almost begins to grate on me now from watching this movie. And
oh yeah, it's entered the horror lexicon, hasn't it? The things that have become iconic in recent years.
I mean, what a clever director Jordan Peele is. I mean, this for a debut was outstanding. And then obviously Us.
And Oscar winning.
And Oscar winning, yeah. And also, I was being careful with that to say Oscar nominated. I couldn't quite remember what it won for. But
screenplay, I believe.
Screenplay, there you go. Well, actually, well deserved. And then obviously the follow-up for Us is brilliant as well. I
was a big fan of Us.
Yeah, and I think what I liked about it was that everyone was expecting a horror, and it was a bit more of a kind of mystery thriller. And I think
a little bit of Twilight Zone sci-fi in there, isn't there?
Yeah, it's really different. But anyway, Get Out is, if you haven't seen this, I mean, Daniel Kaluuya, we said it when we reviewed Queen and Slim, he picks the most brilliant roles, and he was just such a perfect casting for this. His American accent is flawless. His like wide-eyedness, kind of, you know, it's
that face.
That face. Yeah.
During that scene, you know, it's literally the poster, isn't it?
And
literally the poster.
Haven't people manipulated that poster for lockdown as well? So they've changed a few things about that. Yeah, it's brilliant.
Stay in.
Look, it's brilliant. And actually, you've got a great selection of movies this week. So ending up on Get Out is not a bad way to see your Friday in. So those are the movies for this week on TV. We're going to move on to streaming real soon.